Hey friends, come on in, take your shoes off, have a seat, and consider staying a while by clicking that subscribe button. This morning, I just wanted to share with you guys the top news article in America right now. Just in case anyone was wondering, this is the top news article today, which is basically Biden saying that we can return to normal if everybody gets the vaccine, and that he's excited to celebrate July 4th and thinks that it's okay as long as families wear masks and stay social distance. That is the top news line for this morning, is about the stupid vaccine that we don't even know works. Nobody is talking about this. This is the United States border as of yesterday morning. Look at all of these people coming in by the thousands. Nobody is reporting this in the news. I don't think anyone really cares because of the stimulus checks. Ridiculous. Before I say anything else on this topic, I just want it to be known loud and clear that I am not against immigration. Most of us in this country, at some point, our families were immigrants. Unless you are Native American, this is not technically our land. Some of us have been here for 100 plus years, but it still doesn't mean that we didn't at first immigrate over to the United States. So I definitely am not against immigration. In fact, I have several friends who they and their family are the first generation here, and they're very proud because they took them well over a year to get their citizenship, and they worked very hard, and they're very proud of that. And I think that just poops on the people who come over the border illegally and who just think that they deserve to have the benefits of the American people because, honestly, just entitlement. I feel like I honestly find it really funny how, not funny that people are coming from like a dictatorship and oppression and violence and all that. But the fact that if that is what they're coming from, you would think that coming to America, they would be very, very thankful for anything they're given. But the immigrants that are coming this year are demanding free housing and demanding free groceries and demanding jobs, and they're just very entitled, if you will. And so all that to say that I am for immigration. I am against illegal immigration, and I'm sorry, but these immigrants coming over, I don't think that they are trying to escape oppression. I don't think that they're trying to escape violence. Shockingly, there was immigrants crossing the border caught with Biden let us in t-shirts, and I'm kind of wondering, where did these people get these t-shirts? You got to really stop and think about this. Like, did they truly make them up, or were they given these t-shirts then they were promised that they would be able to cross the border?
For all at America's southern border, a group of migrants crossing into the U.S. were spotted wearing "Biden, please let us in" t-shirts. And while the White House refuses to call what is going on a crisis,
facts that an illegal border crossing surge, now ranging from 1,000 to 4,000 crossings a day.
4,000 illegal immigrants coming in every single day that Biden is just letting walk into our country. They're not being COVID tested. They're not being background checked. Literally just walking in. They could literally be letting anybody and their mother, a terrorist group, a murderer, a rapist, anyone just walking into our country freely. Are almost at 3.68 million people at unemployment, and that is climbing. As far as we know, the economy is going to go after this year. The stock market's not looking good. The homelessness in America is a pandemic in itself. As many people are having to lose their homes and their jobs and stuff. So the fact that we are letting 4,000 illegal immigrants into our borders every single day is nuts. We can't even provide jobs and homes for our own American people, and now Biden is promising these immigrants for what? Like housing for what? My personal opinion is he's buying votes for his next election, or I guess I should say the Democratic Party is buying their votes for the next election. But It's just crazy to me that we're okay with 4,000 people a day. That's almost 1 million people a year. Put that in. We have 3.68 million in unemployment right now, but we are expected for to come up with 1 million new jobs every single year, even though we can't. We have 3 million people out of a job right now.
Well, they're going to be added to the troops we already have, Bill, and to nearly 1,000 DPS troopers, because the state of Texas has spent almost $1 billion in every budget since I got elected in 2015 with Greg Abbott, because the federal government's not doing their job. Now, we were able to relax because under the Trump administration, he actually did his job. And we were in good shape on the border, Bill, before Biden got elected. We were in good shape. The protocols were working, keeping the asylum seekers in Mexico. And now this is not a crisis. This is a full-blown disaster that they've created. They've created this.
But it's okay, right? Because everybody's getting stimulus checks, and Biden's going to fix the economy by handing out free money, and nobody should be worried about the border. We're going to take care of it. We have endless amounts of money, right, to hand out. So many Americans don't understand what these illegal immigrants coming over don't understand is they will pay back this money. They will pay a price, whether it be monetary, whether it be having to do X, Y, and Z to get their stimulus check, or the biggest one that us preppers are scared of is we're going to have to sacrifice our freedom for a check. And the sad thing is the amount of Americans that are willing to do that. I wanted to insert this really quickly here because a big argument that I hear from a lot of my friends are, oh, Trump is awful. Trump left all these children in jail, and Trump's separating families. And I just wanted to play this news article really quick for you.
Sources confirming to ABC News that the number of children detained at the border has hit a record high. Our chief White House correspondent, Cecilia Vega, had the very latest. Good morning, Cecilia.
Hi, Michael. Good morning to you. So the White House says that they inherited a completely gutted immigration system from the Trump administration, and they are trying to do everything they can to figure out a way to safely and humanely house these children. And the chief of staff here is now calling this one of the most vexing problems this administration faces. This morning, the record surge in unaccompanied migrant children at the southern border is overwhelming government facilities, leaving almost all the beds taken. But the White House continues to say it is not a crisis.
I don't think we need to sit here and put new labels on what we have already conveyed is challenging.
Through a report obtained from anonymous sources, ABC News has learned the number of children crossing the border without their parents or guardians has swelled to nearly 3,500 in the last 2 weeks alone.
What people don't stop to do their own research on is to see that these children were not separated with their parents at the border. Their parents either, this is going to sound awful, but they either sent them over with a drug cartel, they sent them over with sex trafficking, or they just sent them to the border by themselves. So these children showed up at the border without a parent. Trump or Obama or any president before him, and even Biden himself, have not separated families. But the Democratic Party constantly plays off of that to pull on your heartstrings to say, look at what the Republican Party did. They separated children from their parents. And it's like, no, these children showed up at the border without their parents. Why am I bringing this up? Because I really urge people to do their own research and to really uncover the truth, because we have a presidential party in our White House right now. I want to say that they are terrorists because all that they do is lie to us. All they do is construe information to either make Republicans or make people who have different viewpoints than them look bad, and try to push their agenda and try to give these crazy explanations as to why they're doing what they're doing, even though it doesn't make any sense. Just begging you guys, I mean, most of you that watch my channel I know are into prepping and stuff, and I just thank you for educating yourselves, but please encourage other people to do their own research, because what's going on the news is not really what's happening. I fear for my unborn child right now, because who knows what America is going to look like 10, 20 years from now, especially if we're just letting all these random people in. Why is that a concern of mine? Well, like I said before, we don't know who's coming in. You gotta wonder why a president who can't even take care of his own people is so worried about letting all these immigrants in. Like, you got to put two and two together. There's a reason why he's putting so much emphasis on piling new people into the United States that can be paid off. That is it for today's video, you guys. Let me know in the comment section down below why you think Biden is bringing people in by the truckloads. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. It's free, it only takes a second, and it really helps my channel out. And I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye!